Obviously, a lot of the product reviews you see are very subjective, but I think the look and feel of the device can be really subjective. For example, I prefer the more traditional circular design for a watch, be it a smartwatch or a regular one. The Fitbit Sense is just a piece of square, but once you have it worn for a couple days, the square design of it kind of grows on you. This is a small and compact watch with only 45.9 grams. I can't really complain about the comfort. What I really didn't like the moment I tried it on was the strap. It's hard to wear the watch because of their interesting locking mechanism, let's put it that way. Even if you're like me and you don't like the square design of the watch, once you turn on the device and see the gorgeous OLED display, you just forget about the design choice. The colors are quite vivid and everything works quite smoothly. For example, when you swipe or scroll, there's minimal lag. To wake up the device, you can either tap on the display or touch the hidden button, which is actually an indent, and it gives you haptic feedback. You can also set up two shortcuts for that button, one for holding and the other one for double pressing, which is great. However, I've had big problems with this button right here, which I'll share with you in a minute. Tapping on the screen leads to different views of the current watch face. For example, the default one has the step counter, heart rate, and also the sleep score. Swiping right shows you the main settings, which is very simple. You have the do not disturb mode, sleep mode, volume control, brightness control, always on display mode, and also the screen wake mode. Swiping down shows you the notifications, just like your smartwatch. Swiping left shows you the main menu, and swiping up shows you the weather, course, and some advanced stats. Now this watch comes with a bunch of sensors that more than anything makes it a health watch. The heart rate sensor, the ECG, EDA, SpO2, skin temperature, and also the altimeter and GPS. However, just so you know, the ECG feature is not available in all countries. I'll put a link to the list of the countries that have this feature in the description. When I test a product or feature, the most important thing I'm looking for is consistency. And I'm really happy to say that the heart rate sensor provides me very consistent output, whether it's resting heart rate or during activities. This watch also provides you with the heart rate variability, which is even a more important indicator of your overall health and fitness. The Fitbit Sense is also great for stress management because not only do you get the stress management score on a daily basis, but you can also have customized mindfulness sessions during the week. You can also do an on-demand EDA scan, which detects the electrodermal activity from the changes in the sweat levels of your skin. And it means that the more responses you get from the scan, the more stressed you are. You can also manually log how you feel at any point in time. You also get a daily readiness score, but that requires a monthly subscription. Skin temperature monitoring during your sleep is another great feature of this watch. After a few nights of wearing this watch to bed, the app will get a baseline temperature, so in the subsequent nights, you can see the difference from your baseline temperature, which could show you signs of illness or even menstrual cycle, as long as the room temperature does not vary a lot every night. Now, many of us wear our smartwatch to bed for sleep tracking, and I've heard that Fitbit is one of those brands that does a better job in tracking your sleep more accurately with all those different sleep cycles. So I had really high hopes for this feature and I was really excited to try it out. And I got mixed results. Remember when I said consistency is key? Well, I wore this watch to bed for an entire week, and while overall I'm happy with the results, according to this watch, there were a couple nights that I woke up maybe half an hour to 45 minutes earlier or went to sleep half an hour or 45 minutes than I actually went to sleep or woke up. Another issue is that if, for example, in the middle of the night you wake up to go to the bathroom or something, sometimes it just stops tracking your sleep. And that's really annoying. At least that happened to me once. Like any software, you can expect bugs here and there, but for me, at least during an entire week of wearing it, I didn't notice anything weird. But I know there are people in the Fitbit community who are complaining about losing their steps and other things. Like many other watches, this one comes with its own dedicated app that you absolutely need to have. And oh my god, just like the watch has a beautiful UI, the app is 10 times more beautiful, and you can see that it has the same design language as the operating system's UI. And I think the usability of the app is just as important as the watch's UI, if not more important. What I like about it is that while Fitbit provides us with quite a lot of data, it's not too much or too detailed to be overwhelming to understand. It's just about the right amount. Now, Fitbit has a premium subscription-based service that extends the functionality of the app, providing you with much more insights. That reminds me, please subscribe and like the video and say hi in the comments. I'd like to know who's watching my videos. The question is it really worth paying for the monthly fee? And the answer is it depends. If you're the so-called power user or someone who wants to take advantage of all the features of this watch to its fullest, then probably yes. And of course you can cancel your subscription anytime you want. And by the way, if you win this watch, you're gonna get a 6-month free Fitbit Premium membership. So in order to win this watch, you need to visit ryanstech.reviews and join my email list, and in 3 to 4 weeks, I'll contact the winner myself. Yes, this is a health watch, but it's also a capable and functional smartwatch. You get built-in Google Assistant, Alexa, you can take calls directly on the watch and speak via Bluetooth. You get all sorts of notifications. You can reply to messages with quick replies, you can modify them, and you can use your voice to send replies as a text, so you're not limited to the quick replies. You can download several different apps just like an Apple Watch. So I'm really happy with the smartwatch capabilities of this watch, and you would be too. I wanted to let you know that I didn't test the GPS tracking or any of the sport modes. But one thing that made me want to forget about all the cool things about this watch and to throw it in the trash was this: step counting. You see, step counting is one of the most basic and yet important features of any kind of activity tracker or smartwatch. And what was my experience like? The step counter is a disaster. In fact, it's a complete joke. It just does not work properly. When I wake up in the morning, I have more than 80 steps recorded already, which makes no sense. When I compared with my everyday watch, full review over here, it's really bad. I don't know what else to say, so maybe we'll just leave it there. Now, battery life really depends on how you use your watch. When I turned on this device the first time, it had, I think, about 60% charge, and it lasted me 3 days. For my use case, I think I can get more or less 5 days, which is great. However, I've heard that the quality of the battery over the long term is not that sustainable, which means that, say, after a year of using it, the battery degrades more than it should. Now, here are 4 annoying things about this watch. Every morning, in order to see your sleep score, first you need to sync the device with the app, which kind of sucks. The SpO2 monitoring is not enabled by default, and in order to activate it, first you need to install the SpO2 app from within the Fitbit app, and then in order to actually see the values of the SpO2, you're gonna have to go to the clock face and then install one of the supported clock faces for the SpO2 monitoring, which again makes no sense. You can only send replies on Android. I guess Apple Watch haters love this feature. And finally, if you wear your watch on your right wrist, you cannot rotate the screen, which means you can only wear the watch one way. And that means that the button right here, the indent, is always gonna be on this side, which is on the same side you're flexing your wrist. You're gonna inadvertently touch that button a lot. Trust me on that. Now, here are 4 things about this watch that I really like. In addition to the sleep tracking, you can monitor if snoring or any noise in the environment surrounding you is causing disruptions in your sleep. Same thing exists for your sleeping heart rate and movements, for example, how many times you turn and how they affect the quality of your sleep. To see these insights, you need to be a premium member. You can log your food and calorie intake plus water consumption directly on the app, so there is no need to connect to any other third-party provider, which saves a lot of hassle. So is this watch for you or not? I think some of the health features of this watch are absolutely amazing, and I think other brands should add these features to their lineups as well. On the other hand, if you truly want to take advantage of everything in this watch, then a monthly subscription is a must. I'm a little concerned about the durability of the watch and also the battery lifespan, but I think other than that, you should shortlist this watch. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.